Hey, it's Lauri Morgan of Red Hot Coffee, and I wanted to walk you through a little bit of the 3D system and have you watch while I do it. So the 3D system is dig, draft, develop, right? So what I wanted to do was to pick a site that I am familiar with and to walk you through how I write fascinations. So let's go. What I did was I picked my girlfriend's site, Lauri Quinn Lowenberg, who is a pinup artist. And I actually know a lot about her site already, but I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the research, the dig part. But we're not going to go too deep into it because that's deeper in the course. You can find a lot more information, but then you can see the touch points of what I look for. And the dig part is really, really important when you're writing bullets. It's so easy to gloss over it, but if you don't have the good raw materials to pull from, and then your bullets are going to suck. So you can't do too much research. That being said, I'm not showing you all the research that I'm doing, but I am going to walk you through it. So here's the site. It's called You as a Pinup. And so what you'll do, if this is a client or this is an exercise, whatever, you'll go through the site page by page, see what's on there already. I mean, if assuming that the client already has a website, in this case we do. So here it is, You as a Pinup. And what she does is she draws sexy portraits of usually women, sometimes men, but usually women. And it's just this gorgeous piece of art. Now, it's not going to change your life. It's not going to make you more money. It's not going to save you time. So the fascinations are going to be a little softer and a little more emotional, a little bit more vanity oriented. So, and that's where we're going with that. So she has a really nice headline here, Immortalize Your Inner Bombshell. And I found out actually she's redoing this website, which so it's kind of cool. I'm going to give her these bullets, but she's done five pinups for me over the years. And I was actually one of her very first clients, and she discovered this this business idea from that. So at any rate, You as a pinup, then she has, this scrolling before and after. So you can see they very much look like the likeness of the person. They're not, I mean, they are cartoony to a degree, they're stylized, but they're not, they're sexy. And then she's missing a lot of opportunity to really talk about herself or talk about the process and stuff on the homepage. She does it on some other pages, but at any rate, ever dreamed of being as glamorous as a classic pinup model? Well, now you can be. I can transfer you or the woman you love into a gorgeous piece of art you will treasure forever. Are you ready to be a pinup? Yes. And then she's got galleries of the different pinups here. I think I'm on 4. All of mine are not here, but I know some of them are. This one here. This page, there I am. This is Ginger Quinn. This was when I was doing some erotica writing that I kind of lost interest in, but I created this whole author. And she did a really cool portrait of me for that. It has nothing to do with anything other than that I know Lauri. I've known her for a long time. Now the process, let's see how she does it. She explains it pretty well here. I will capture your inner bombshell and immortalize it in a stunning pinup portrait you will treasure forever. All I need is a few pictures of you to create a gorgeous pinup. Don't worry if you don't know exactly what you want. I can help you with that, and we'll be able to give you many fun ideas that will ensure your custom pinup portrait will not only be gorgeous, but it will be so you. 1950s style or modern, your pose and whatever you want, accentuated, legs, bust, butt, your clothing, bathing suit, evening gown, shorts, etc. Elements of your personality you want to incorporate into the portrait. Small items like a beach ball, camera are not an additional cost. Large items like a horse or a car are an additional cost. After we discuss what you want in the pinup portrait, I will draw up a sketch for you, which you get to keep. Then you can tell me if you want any changes or approve it. Oh, I should have told you this is an adult-only site, so there is mature content. You will see boobs. She likes to draw them very risque. Mine was not as risque because I like to actually put mine in the living room. But at any rate, so here we go. Once you approve the sketch, I begin your portrait. I will email you pictures of the progress you can watch or come to life. While the waiting list may be 2 to 6 weeks out, once I start your portrait, it typically only takes 2 to 4 days to complete. Then she talks about the different sizes, the pricing, these are the features, right? The pinup gallery we kind of glanced at, and then are you ready to get started? There's a form. And then let's skip over to her bio. So we learn a little background about Lauri. So Lauri, she has a nice conversational tone here. Hey there, thanks for wanting to learn more about me. Let's see, at the age of 4, I recognized I had the ability to draw well. All through grade school, my friends and teachers would ask me to draw things for them. Cats, Santa, zebras, you name it, I drew it. When I was 10, I discovered Marilyn Monroe, and like most, was absolutely captivated by her beauty. I was constantly drawing her different poses and designing beautiful evening gowns for her. I know every nook and cranny of her face and body. I've always enjoyed drawing the female form. I have no formal training beyond high school art at the class, which after my freshman year, my art teacher, Mrs. Weedhunt, basically let me do whatever I wanted. So I painted a giant red-headed mermaid on the wall of the classroom. After high school, I moved to LA to study acting, where I discovered Cal Arts, the school Walt Disney built. The dean was very interested in having me attend, but life tends to throw you curveballs. Long story short, I wound up studying dream psychology and forming a career for myself as a professional dream analyst. So that's just her background as a dream analyst. She's been on a lot of TV shows. She still continues to be interviewed actually in TV shows, but she realized she needed to paint. That was her calling, and that's what she does now for a living. So there you have kind of the, in a nutshell, what's going on. She also sells these. These are some of the things that she's done. A lot of Betty Page, a lot of Marilyn Monroe. She likes doing celebrities to not all women, like I said, but mostly women. So her target market, her target is going to be female. So when you think about the kind of woman that would want a pinup, it's usually it's for a vanity purpose. Honestly, it makes you feel good. It boosts your confidence and things like that. I went around looking for other pinup artists, and there are plenty of them, but most of the ones I found were like on guru.com or Upwork, and nothing wrong with that at all, but they don't have like sort of a standalone business that I could find anyway in the searches. And there are different styles. So let's look at some images. This is on Guru. There's a lot of like character design, anime, cartoon things. That's not her market. Her market is more of I want to say a mature woman, but not necessarily. You don't have to be mature. You just not really an older woman, but someone like a older adult, like in their 30s to 40s. Although, of course, on both ends of the spectrum, there's still people wanting their portraits. And so, what else do we have here? Oh, this was another one that I found that was kind of similar to what Lauri does, but she does a lot of other things besides just pinups. She does pinups, yes. She does like famous paintings, put you in a scene of something, Christmas cards, pet portraits. So she's a little more variety. Her site's a little more built out, but there's also there's more stuff. This is the style Lauri really kind of goes for. In general, it's like this classic look. It's based on Vargas in Art Deco. There's a very big kind of look back then. So the very, very thin feminine lines, or smooth, sexy feminine lines. So at any rate, let's just go to, I've done a lot of this groundwork already, because to actually sit and write Fascinations is a time-consuming process, because you do have to do a lot of digging, and you have to do a lot of putting pieces together. And I didn't want you to be here like for a few hours, so I did some of this on the back end. So what I did first of all was I created my target. Once I figured out who I'm talking to, then I wanted to get a vision of what she looked like, and so I created Mia Maxwell. Is a 45-year-old mama of 2 grown daughters in Los Angeles. Mia's greatest accomplishment is raising her daughters while her husband George was working as a busy CPA. From the time they were young, Mia would take them shopping for the trendiest clothes and get mother-daughter manicures. Every summer, they take their boat to Lake Havasu for a family vacay. As their daughters became teens, they spent more and more time with their friends and even started dating. Mia would lunch with her girlfriends, take spin classes, and redecorate the house to keep busy. When her youngest graduated high school and moved out, Mia knew she needed some spark back in her life. She still felt attractive, and she wanted to rekindle the fire in her marriage. So that's what this is who I'm writing to. And I got a piece of clip art. If you don't have an account where you can get free clip art, I would definitely look into that. There's pixel.com, pexel.com, and there's Unsplash. There's a lot of free art in there. You want to be careful not using copyrighted art because it might get you in trouble. It may not, but it's a risk. I remember I got a letter from Getty because I had used a Christmas ornament in an email, and somehow they found it, and they tried to sue me, or not sue me, but they tried to extort $600 from me. And at the time, my husband was a lawyer, and he wrote them a letter saying, "Go kick sand," and they just disappeared. But at any rate, it can happen. So try to not use stuff that's not copyrighted. Wait, yeah, use royalty-free art. I do have a free account I bought it like a lifetime membership at this place, Stock Unlimited. It's pretty good. It's not the best. It's pretty good though, especially for the price. It was like $50 for all the photos I want forever. All right, back to Mia. This is who I'm writing to, and I need to think of her, this sort of bored housewife who wants a little sexiness, a little, pizzazz back in her life. So that's who I'm writing to. So then let's look at this template. So now we're getting to the draft phase. And that is when you just brainstorm, what the hell is this product? What is this service? And you just write down whatever you can think of. And so I started with oil or pencil artwork. It's handcrafted. It looks like you at your sexiest. Highlight your best assets, reflects your interest. There's different sizes available. It's a great gift. Celebrities do it too. That could be a blueprint for a tattoo or vehicle art, like a motorcycle or a car, symbolic of strength, sexiness, or whatever you want to expand about yourself. I didn't pull it out, but there was one portrait where she had a Greek woman, her client was the Greek woman, and she was a coach. And so she had these Greek columns in her portrait to represent strength. So she has, other ways of incorporating the qualities that you want. And you could show off your sports team fandom, make a business logo, create a pinup avatar or target for your book, like I did for Ginger Quinn. Be a character in your favorite movie, or a mermaid or a butterfly, or showcase your pet. So those are just some things, and you can be exhaustive with this, but I wanted to keep it tight. Thought this was going to be fairly simple, but it turns out even the simple stuff takes time. So some of the benefits of having a piece of your own pinup art is it's a conversation piece, it's long lasting, it's legacy art for your family, it's confidence boosting, you have uplifting feelings, it highlights the things that you love about yourself, it puts a smile on your face. So those are real soft benefits, but nevertheless, they're emotional, and that's what you want to kind of tweak when you get to the fascinations. So the system is to take those features and benefits and make them into a table that are going to be your featured bullets. So I highlighted some of my favorite features, and I created a corresponding benefit, and with the word "so that" in the middle. So in other words, it's a feature, highlight your best assets so that you get a burst of confidence every time you look at your portrait, a blueprint for a tattoo or vehicle art so you can take your sexy image on the road. Symbolic of strength, sexiness, or whatever you want to expand about yourself, so you're reminded psychologically of the areas you want to highlight in your life or that you bring to others. Show off your sports team fandom so you can be loud and proud of who you're rooting for. Make a business logo so you have a unique, memorable brand. Be a character in your favorite movie, a mermaid or a butterfly. You can live out your fantasies. Showcase your pets. You have yet another reason to talk about your fur baby. And so then I took those out of the table form and made them into bullets. And it's basically what I just read to you on one line instead of in a table. So that's your raw material, that's the draft. And then from there, we're going to the development stage. And so what I want to do is backtrack to the next part, which is the 6 W's, or it's really 5 W's and an H and a how. So the 6 W's, this is where you start getting into more of the digging and kind of weaving everything together. Your tone might start popping through, which is great if that happens, because it transfers, over to bullets pretty quickly, over to fascinations. And Lauri has a very she's fun. So her bullets should be fun. They don't need to be too serious. So to back up into these, you want to answer all of these questions. And these can be actual fascinations, or they can just be the start of your drafting, not actually be fascinations. So how does this work? How does it work? So she explained it really well in her process. You gather a few of your favorite photo looks, and Lauri will collaborate with you personally to discover how you want to be immortalized in this unforgettable snapshot of time. Once you approve your draft, Lauri will get to work on your masterpiece. So this is also, these can be transformed into wedding bullets, which is the bullets that explain what happens when you order and how that process looks. What is it? What is it? It is a Vargas-style likeness of you, featuring you as the bombshell you are, hand-drawn by international artist Lauri Quinn Lowenberg. Why? Why do I want to do this? Well, there's nothing wrong with flaunting what you've got and making it look even better. It's cheaper than plastic surgery or Botox. You won't ever have to do your hair or makeup again. Just point to your painting. You don't even need an elegant wardrobe, because Lauri will design a personalized outfit to show off your curves. Okay, and who is this for? You. It's all about you, baby. You were the star of the show. Add in any other secondary players like pets or loved ones, but it's all about you taking center stage. And where do we put this? Well, you can hang it over the fireplace to start combos, or you can keep it private for you and your boudoir. And when? So the waiting list varies, but many clients plan their portrait as a special holiday gift. What better way to celebrate than giving yourself the red carpet treatment? So these answers could be weaved into copy, they could be formed into bullets, but it's basically to get you deeper into what this is all about, like the tangible stuff and the emotional stuff of what's going on here. So then I took the feature bullets that I showed you from the table, and I actually made them into developed bullets by just changing some words. And I was going to do this live with you so you could see the whole process, but I may do that in the future. But right now, I didn't. So, well, this is the original bullet. Highlight your best assets so that you get a burst of confidence every time you look at your portrait. So that's an okay bullet. I mean, it could work, but I turned it into cancel the hairdresser and toss your makeup, because you're going to look picture perfect every single day. So that's a little more fun and a little more something they can think about in their real life. So this one started here. It's a blueprint for a tattoo or vehicle art, so that you can take your sexy image on the road. And so I changed it to emblazon your steamy portrait as a commemorative tattoo or travel in style with a silkscreen image of yours truly on your motorcycle, car, or plane. So giving them ideas of where they can show off this artwork. And I looked up, this is my favorite thesaurus site. Can you see that? Yeah, word hippo. So I use this like shamelessly to find different words that give me ideas. And I like this one a lot. Like this, I looked up sexy, sensual, inviting, seductive, desirable, provocative, hot, luscious, voluptuous. These are words that you can use with those bullets. But what I like about word hippo is it has like different versions of that same word. I need my toolbar so I can see what I'm doing. So like sexiness, so seductiveness, and they change the form for you, so it just makes it easier. So I look here religiously to find different exciting words, and then I play with those, and that does take some time. The development phase of it. So emblazon was one of the words that I found. I forgot what I started with. Let's see, emblazon your scenery portrait as a commemorative tattoo. I don't remember what I started with, sorry. So let's go down to this one. This was the Greek goddess, symbolic of strength, sexiness, whatever you want to expand about yourself, so that you're reminded psychologically of the areas you want to highlight in your life, or that you bring to others. So it's not exciting. It's okay, but this is much more riveting, right? It's like reinforce those goddess qualities you embody with symbols of strength, beauty, and wisdom, so we know you're more than just a pretty face. So now I'm trying to like get into the emotional aspect. And again, like I said, I scour Word Hippo for different ways to say different things. And after I did the 5 W's and how, I started getting into the groove of the tone. And so that starts to come alive like a third brain when I start to literally write these bullets out. So you have to do all of these steps. Fascinations don't come out ready-made. They take time and massaging and development. Then this is about the sports team. Show off your sports team fandom so that you can be loud and proud of who you're rooting for. Who you're rooting for. And I kept some of that. Be loud and proud of your sport with some sexy fan gear as part of your portrait. That's probably could be massaged even more, to be honest with you. Be loud and proud of your sport with some sexy fan gear. To, what does that mean? Sexy fan gear to show off. It's sexy fan gear. I'm thinking of, like if you follow a team, like how just like rambunctious you get about it, and rah. And maybe I'll put that in sexy. Let's put that in rah fan gear as part of your portrait. Yeah, has a little more motion in that fascination. And this one, make your business logo so that you have a unique, memorable brand. That's a pretty good benefit right there. So what does that do for you? Stand out from the business slog with a business logo that gets you noticed and remembered. So let's see, I use business in this image twice, which is a huge no-no, isn't it? Stand out from the corporate slog, marketing slog. It's not always marketing, but often if you have a business, there's marketing involved, isn't there? Stand out from the, what about branding slog? Stand out. Oh, stand out from the business slog with a branded logo. Branded or branding? Branding logo that gets you noticed and remembered. Or would you say branded? Branded logo. It's not like copyrighted, but it's like, this is your brand. This is you. I'm going to put branded. All right. I didn't scroll through these, but she literally does have portraits of women with butterfly wings or in a mermaid. And she actually did a 007 theme for me and Scott, The Spy Who Loved Me. So he was James Bond and I was Barbara Bach. That was fun. So you can do, that one's not on the site, by the way. But she's had so many of them. I know she can't keep them all up. And that was the more recent one. So I switched it to all fantasies can come true when you're transformed into your cherished movie character, or even a mermaid or a temptress with butterfly wings. You're only limited by your imagination. So I do preach that you don't need punctuation with bullets and fascinations, but if you have a bullet or fascination that's more than one sentence, yes, use punctuation by all means. And then finally, showcase your pet so that you have yet another reason to talk about your fur baby. And I changed that to share the spotlight with your adorable fur baby to showcase your devotion. That's sweet. So those are a little more developed fascinations that came out of the process, and I hope that was helpful. I also wrote just a few. These were just off the cuff that I would, if I kept going with this, I might add these in or massage them more, develop them some more. So I wrote, start a smoke show in your living room featuring you as a sexy vixen, snapshot in time that exudes your radiance for generations to come, like referring to the legacy portion of it, you know, hand it down to your kids. This was grandma, and you still always look great because you look like a pinup. Enthusiastically show off your fandom in your favorite team's uniform, perk up your confidence every time you walk past your stunning likeness, and showcase the swagger of your one-of-a-kind beloved pet. So it's unlimited what you can do with the development of Fascinations, but this is just a little snapshot into how I do it. And I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. And I'm going to do more of these for you too. So I'm looking forward to sharing more in the future. Let's see how do I turn off the recording. I can never find it. Thanks for watching.